Hello, Beer Army. This is Amanda Alch, your host and guide into the awesome world of craft beer. Picture this: delicious craft beers, gorgeous girls, rare tappings, and amazing events just for you. It is not a dream, it's the Flying Saucer in Addison, Texas, here on Brew for You. As with every awesome experience at the Flying Saucer, you get a totally hot waitress, and ours is Mary Schnell. Mary, tell me something about each of the beers that we have featured today.
Okay, so this one is the Scott Esfel Cream Stout. So it's a stout. You're gonna get dark chocolate flavors with creaminess and a little of a bitterness to this drink. So here you go, try this one out.
Thank you.
And this was a little bit more of a medium to full body beer as well. So you're gonna get a little mouthful. Tons of flavors, perfect for the winter.
It's almost like a milkshake. I mean,
exactly.
It's super creamy, really delicious, very full-bodied. I mean, this is a sipper for sure.
Yes.
And Scott is such a great brewery.
Right. Okay, so the next one I featured because today is Sierra Nevada's 34th birthday. Woohoo!
Happy birthday, Sierra Nevada.
Happy birthday. And this is the IPA, so it's the Optimum. And it has piney notes, citrus notes, floral notes, very traditional, super hoppy, super delicious.
Great. Oh my gosh,
yes.
I can taste the pine in my nose. It's crazy.
Right? Very full of flavors and aroma.
Very piney, super citrusy. You are very right about that. I taste a lot of lemon, little tangerine, some grapefruit, but it does have some coriander spice.
Yeah, it's bitter, but it's surprisingly smooth.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are nervous about IPAs because they feel like they're too perfumey, they're too bitter, but I think that this is a really nice option for somebody that's wanting to try one.
Right.
Because
it's in between.
In between, a little bit more towards maybe what a person who likes pale ales would like.
Right.
What do we have here?
Okay, so this is the Woodchuck Amber, so it's a cider. Perfect for the fall and winter because it has apple notes, very sweet, crisp tardiness. It's super delicious. You should try it.
All right. Oh, I love ciders.
So after I started working here, I was blown away about all of the delicious craft beers here.
Well, I think newsflash for a lot of girls is that the beer pong beer that you try is not the only kind of beer that there is. There is a whole new world of beers out there, and girls like Mary are the ones that can show you the ropes.
Okay, so the next one is a wheat beer. Very traditional. It's a Paulaner Hefeweizen. So you're going to get your banana notes, your clove notes, even some biscuity notes. And it's actually about medium to full body. And it's about a 5%er, so it's not going to be super overwhelmingly like alcohol-y, but it's a great beer to also start out with if you aren't very familiar with beers.
Delicious. Banana, clove, citrus, really yummy, and very traditional in terms of beer. With a flight like this, it's great that you can try so many different things, specifically for somebody who's new to the world of beer.
Right.
All right, what's the last one that we have?
Okay, so this one's a pale ale. It's the Old Speckled Hen. It's an oldie but a goodie. So it's going to have some piney notes. You can even have a little bit of toasted oats, and it's just super delicious.
Great.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Very light, very refreshing. Pine. You know, it's not as bitter as I think as an IPA.
Right.
It doesn't have the same strong flavors that an IPA does, but it's still along those same lines for someone who does prefer more hops in their beer.
Right.
But you are a beer fan and you have other hobbies too, which is very, very cool. What other hobbies do you have?
I actually love to play video games. I've been getting into video game journalism and also TV broadcasting, and I'm trying to like merge the two together.
So you are not only, you know, an awesome beer nerd and you have your video game stuff, and I know you have a YouTube channel too.
Yes, I do, and I have a ton of game reviews. I just started doing walkthroughs. I'm super excited about that. And then I also did an internship with CW33, and they let me do all my gaming stuff there. So yeah, I did some coverage on some conventions. So
I know you are every single video game guy's biggest crush right now.
yes, especially when you mix it with beers. They go
Full
crazy.
package over here. She is definitely an amazing Woman Crush Wednesday. Mary, thank you so much for sitting down with us at Brew for You. We are so lucky to have had this amazing flight. And if people want to look up your YouTube, what can they search for?
You can search under my name, Mary Chanel, or you can go to youtube.com/prettylady000.
Well, Mary and I are going to finish these beers together.
But don't tell my boss.
Yeah, you're working, so maybe we shouldn't tell anybody about that. That would be really bad. Shh. What is the Flying Saucer without a beer nerd? And we have one of the best in the place, Dennis. How did you start coming to the Flying Saucer?
Actually, just looking for a place to come for an afternoon happy hour. Had been here, actually been a customer many years ago, but had stopped coming just because it was a little bit of a drive. Once we started coming back, now it's just a regular destination for me. I love the people, I love the experience, I love the customer service, and best of all, the great beer selection.
Obviously, you are a member here, and
Yes.
you have had what they call plates on the wall. What is that, and how did you get them?
All right, so they have the UFO Club, and it's kind of like you earn status or earn a plate on the wall by drinking 200 unique beers. Now, they do limit you to 3 at a time, but it forces you out of your comfort zone. You get an opportunity to try different beers you wouldn't normally drink before.
Dennis, obviously craft beer in Texas is just growing and growing and growing, and same with the U.S. Why do you think that is?
I think people are just tired of drinking the same old, same old. They're looking for something different. They're looking to expand their palate. There's so many great beers now that are being made by a lot of local breweries. I mean, Texas is exploding. Every day it seems like there's a new brewery opening up. And I know some are going to kind of fall out here and there, but the best ones will rise to the top. And those are the ones that, you know, are going to have some great stuff out there. And having great venues like Flying Saucer gives you an opportunity to try those new and upcoming beer companies and small breweries that you wouldn't normally even think about trying.
For you.
Cheers to Brew for You.
Cheers to Brew for You. Woohoo! Beer nerds. It's awesome.
Ooh.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
delicious. So good. I love beer. And Dennis and every single beer nerd that comes here is what makes the Flying Saucer so special. This is a place where people that love beer can come and they can have not only a great time but experience a plethora of styles and learn something new every time that they come in. The girls that work here are so knowledgeable and are really awesome to be around. Not only are the Saucer girls cool, but they're also super smart. And Megan, who's right next to me, is going to give us an insider's look into the awesome world of how she got started as a beer goddess at the Flying Saucer. What is the training program like to be able to start here?
It's almost kind of like a beer college. Like, they make you sit and have all these beer classes where you're like educated on the different styles and like how to describe them to people and all that stuff. And you have to take a ton of tests. And then that continues, like, after you start. You have to take one once a month.
Once a month on Sundays, correct? Yeah. That's crazy. And so you know a lot about beer.
I'd like to think so. Not everything, but, you know.
And if somebody wanted to join the club, if they wanted to be a Saucer nerd, as you call them, what would they have to do that?
We just have, like, a card that they fill out, and it costs, like, $18. They get, like, a little membership card and a t-shirt, and start from there.
What's your favorite style of beer?
I like Belgian styles, like Belgian strong darks, Belgian style triples.
Well, beer is obviously delicious, and I know you're a big beer fan, and every girl that works here is a big beer fan. Did you start that way?
No, not at all. Like, I started off drinking like Mich Ultras and stuff like that, but after starting here, like, I've been introduced to a ton of new, like, delicious beers that are so much better.
And do you think that any person can be a beer lover?
Yeah, pretty much. There's like a style for everyone.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so cool is I think specifically women maybe haven't had a beer before, or the beers that they've been exposed to haven't been craft beers, and so they come here and they get to try a lot of different things that maybe they haven't been able to try.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys have a huge tap wall.
Yeah, it's like 100 or so, depending on the rotators.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
What's your favorite thing about being a saucer girl?
Mostly getting to try all the new things, and the regulars that come in are so cool. Like, they're all really, really chill and just here to hang out, so.
150 beers on the wall, and then you have to do 200 to get your plate on the wall.
Yeah, it's kind of a commitment.
Kind of a commitment. How many people have actually done that? I mean, it seems like there's so many plates and so many fans of the saucer, and you see the same people every single day, right?
Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, like, there are people that come in on certain days and whatever, but like a ton. Like, I couldn't even count all the plates on the wall if I tried, probably. Brew for you.
Woo! Awesome! So as everybody knows, there are people that have never had beer before, and we actually have somebody who is not a beer drinker. This is my mom, this is Jo, and she's a big wine drinker, not a beer drinker, but I am here to prove that there is a beer for everybody. And Mary is gonna help me do that.
All right, so the first one I brought to you is Lange de Brussels, which is a wheat beer. So you're gonna get, this one's a lot lighter, so it'd be really, I guess, accommodating to your palate of wine. So this one's gonna be a little bit lighter, so you're gonna have a little bit of like light banana notes, some, even a little bit of biscuity notes. It should be really good. So, let's try it.
Give it a shot.
Okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, not bad.
Okay, so
Not bad, not terrible. Is it terrible?
No, it's not terrible. It's real light.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay,
awesome.
good.
All right, so I'm gonna accommodate with this one. This one is the Avery Wet Rascal, so it's also a wheat beer. So you're also gonna get some more of the clovey, banana notes, but it's probably gonna be tapped stronger than that one.
Okay. Okay. It's good.
Good. Yeah, that's
It's not
great.
wine, but it's
Exactly. Yeah, but it's good. That's great. I love that. Okay, what do you got next?
Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit more fruity. So it's a fruity lambic. This is the raspberry framboise. So this will be more towards the wine drinking. So here you go.
Okay, let's see.
Very sweet.
I like this.
I knew it.
Really good.
I knew it.
That's great.
I know, that's, can you believe it? It's beer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And the last one
Really good.
is the Ace Pear. It's a cider beer. I think you'll also really like this one. It's pear notes, even a little bit apple notes in there. Super tarty, delicious.
Okay, here we go. Wow. That's really good too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you've had an intro into beer. You can honestly say that there's some beers that there's beer for everybody, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and so obviously these two beers are a bit on the sweeter side, and a lot of women typically start out with beers like this because they've had an intro to wine, and then they love that there's fruit flavors, and it is very sophisticated actually. These beers have great fruit notes in them. They're really delicious, and I know Mary, we both started where we weren't beer fans at all, but then, you know, once you get introduced into that world, you really discover that they're actually delicious. They're very good.
I haven't had beer in probably 20 years, so that was really good.
Refreshing. We love that. That's so great. Brew for You, changing people's lives one beer at a time, you know? Brew for You has had so much fun at the Flying Saucer. We talked to Mary Chanel, who was an amazing beer goddess, who showed us that there are many different styles of beer. We also found out about a beer club where you get to have a plate on the wall just for being a beer lover. 200 beers to make you the star of the show. Then we talked to a beer nerd who, at the end of the day, is representative of every craft drinker who loves beer and can't wait to show it off. And then we talked to a wine drinker who is really special because she proves that anybody who's anybody can love beer. Craft beer is transcendent, and anyone can love to drink it, and that's what Brew for You wants to prove. Cheers to you. I'm Amanda Alch. Until next time.